Hi everyone, it's Naseem, and this week we're going to do a speed round of question and answers. I've received an amazing number of questions. I'm going to try to do them as quickly as possible because there's a lot of them and they're fantastic. So let's go. So first question is, how many books have I written? So far I've written 3. I have 1 coming out next year and then another one coming up the year after. So 5 in total so far. Next question is, what is it like to be an author? It's great being an author. I get to live in here most of the time. Did you want to be an author when you were a kid? 100%. I think I've always wanted to write. What made you want to be an author? I guess I just really like using my imagination, and being an author lets you do that. What was your favorite book growing up? I love The Babysitter's Club. That was probably like my favorite series, but I also loved, it's called Jennifer, Kate Macbeth, William McKinley, and Me, Elizabeth, and it's written by E.L. Konigsberg. And this was my favorite book when I was about 7, 8 years old. It's about a little girl who wants to be a witch, and I still want to be a witch. So what age did you start writing books? For sure, I started writing books in about grade 3. So here's one of the stories I wrote. It's called The Nintendo Championships. This was a story that I wrote in grade 4 called Stamp Traveling. It was based on a movie I really liked. This is another book I wrote with my friend who I'm still friends with today. We wrote this in grade 5. It's called Heidi and Naseem's Lucky Days. And in it, Heidi and I won the lottery. How old were you when you wrote your first book? I think I started writing my first book when I was about 33, but I don't think it was published until I was 35 or 36. It takes a long time to make a book. How did you first start writing? I feel like I've always written in some way, and I didn't sit down to try to really write a story until after I took improv classes. When I was there, I learned how to tell a story by acting out a story, and that was really helpful. Where do you find your inspiration for your books? I usually find my inspiration by thinking about my own feelings towards things, because I like to start with emotions. I pay attention to how I feel when different things happen to me in life. What was the first book you ever wrote about? The first book I ever wrote was called Ira Crumb Makes a Pretty Good Friend, and it's all about a little kid named Ira Crumb who isn't, he's not a perfect friend, but he's a pretty good friend, and he's trying to make a new friend because he's starting in a new school. How did you come up with the unique characters? Well, thank you. I'm glad you think they're unique. I probably came up with the unique characters by thinking a bit about myself. I'm pretty unique. What is your favorite genre to write and read, and why? I love picture books. I know that sometimes picture books are said to be for very young readers and not for older readers, but I love them. I think that it's a fun challenge to have to write a story in very few words, and I love that challenge. Who is your favorite author? I think my most favorite author is Mo Willems of Elephant and Piggy books and the Pigeon books. What is your favorite book that you've written? Right now, I like all of my books. I like them all for different reasons. I think my favorite book is the first Ira book, maybe because I feel like all my friends kind of helped me with that book. So it was a team effort, and that makes me really happy to know that I got to work with some of my favorite people in that book. Who is your favorite character that you've created? I like the Philip character in the Ira Crumb books. He's the cheesy sandwich. Do you have a favorite illustrator to work with? Well, I have to say, Josh Hollinati has illustrated 2 of my books, and Josh and I get along so well, and I really enjoy working with him. We have a very similar sense of humor and a lot of fun. Do you sometimes get stuck with your writing? What do you do to fix it? I always get stuck with my writing. What do I do to fix it? It depends on why I'm stuck. Sometimes I'm stuck because I need to do more thinking and I need to do more planning in terms of what I want to write. Other times I'm stuck because I feel like my ideas aren't good enough right then. When that happens, I think I don't need to do more thinking. I think I need a little bit of a break. I get stuck a lot. The trick is to not stopping, right? A break is one thing, but just don't stop. So come back to what you're working on quickly. Don't avoid it, or else you won't finish anything. How many books do I think I'll write in my life? Maybe 50. I hope I write 50. That would be amazing. How did you get your first book published? This is a good question. Essentially what happened was I took a long route. I ended up working in publishing for about 5 or 6 years before I even started writing, and then I got published. So I kind of learned all about the industry as a result of working in it before I got published. So that's an interesting way to go. It's sort of get inside and get to know the business and then surprise them with a manuscript when they're eating lunch. How much money do you make for each book? Not very much money. So I couldn't even afford 3 months of rent with one book. Now, one day I hope to be making more money off of writing books so that I can do it full time, but not quite yet. Maybe soon. What do you like to do when you're not writing? I just signed up for singing lessons because I wanted to learn how to sing for years and I never did. I love watching TV. Is that okay? Is that allowed? Do you like sports? I do think I like sports. I mean, I like being active. I like riding my bike. I do a boot camp. I like doing that a lot. I like lifting weights. Is that a sport? Do you like video games? I have to say, I loved playing Mario. I hope that still means I'm cool, but I don't know. Do I ever get scared talking in front of people? 100%. I'm scared making this video right now. And the last question is being an author hard? 100%. It's very hard. I mean, it's relative. Like, it's harder probably to be a doctor, for example. But it is still hard to be an author because you have to come up with original ideas. And anything where you're coming up with original ideas and trying to make them good, it's a really hard thing to do. So thank you so much for all of these amazing questions. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. Keep any questions coming. We love hearing them. And I love answering them. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.